I want to let you know, for those of you who are joining us and may not know, thanks for recording, Gwen. We call it Froggy Friday because your community, our spiritual community, named it that. Because our dear Reverend Connie, when she was transitioning, she said, whenever you see a frog, think of her. Because frog, F-R-O-G, the acronym stands for the full realization of God. And so that's why we call this Froggy Friday. So Connie's always with us. So Gwen, let's open up like we always do and sing one, people, and then you can give us a treatment. How does that sound?
You betcha.
So this is a song that we sing regularly every week, folks, every time we're together. And you can mute yourselves and sing to yourself with all of us together, and Reverend Gwen and I'll switch off. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Go, Rev Gwen, go.
We are one.
We are one.
One strong
We are
heartbeat,
one.
just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another.
One
Love
spirit
each
shining
other.
bright within us.
All
Oh,
said and done, we
we
are one. When it's all
we are
said and
one.
done, we
We
are
are one.
one.
What was just happening there? It was a whole
Yay.
everything going on. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Thank you.
So this is our choir, Barb, when we come over.
This is our choir. I will not forget each of you, and I will call upon you to come and sing. Reverend Gwen, will you open us up in treatment and take us and hold that sacred space and set the feeling tonality for today?
Absolutely. Oh, I just feel the joy bubbling over. And join me in this moment of the joy, in this breath right here and right now. I know that there's God, Spirit, life itself. This is the life force that feeds through our being and has its way through us as us. For it is the essence of who we are. Oh, this is a great day. This is the day that God has made, and I rejoice in it with each and every one of you here and every one that is not here. I know that it is a glorious time to be together, always connected. I know that the Spirit infuses this Froggy Friday, inspired by the message from Reverend Barb, knowing that our community comes together in the knowing, in the silence, in the song, in the greeting, in the celebration. I know that today we join together in our beautiful, beloved community. So let's celebrate. Let's be together in that wholesome, complete way, knowing that God is all there is. I release this into the infinite mind that says yes always, knowing that the law works always for our greatest and highest good. And today, this is good. With grateful thanks, I release, I let go, and together we say, and so it is.
Woo-hoo. Thank you, Reverend Gwen. Thank you. And thank you for muting.
So it is.
Thank you. So I want everyone to know that a year ago today, my husband and I think Gwen and her husband were en route to Kenya. We were en route to Kenya to attend our beautiful spiritual retreat. And what a difference a year can make in the life of an individual, right? I mean, holy smokes. So why do you think that is? Well, today we're going to look at that. We're going to dive into the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind text. Traditionally, in this teaching, centers and churches around the globe usually use the month of January to reset, to speak about, to reboot, and to remember how this teaching really works. Gwen, if you could show the slide of the first 4 chapters.
I sure will.
Thank you, sister. And Gwen has produced some incredible chapters, some slide presentations for us today. So I want to give her such great gratitude for that. The first 4 chapters are the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. There it is. There it is. Nice. Do we all see that? You can take a screenshot of it with your phone if you want to, so you can refer back to it later on.
Or you
Thanks,
can
Gwen.
open up your Science of Mind textbook.
Thanks, Gwen. That's great. You can take it down.
All right.
Fantastic. So today we're going to look at diving into these first 4 chapters, as I mentioned. And I want to share along with Reverend Gwen and myself that we have our very own treasurer from Center for Spiritual Living Kenya's Conscious Living Foundation joining us later on this evening morning. Paul in the house. Paul is in the house. Woohoo! Brother Paul. So before we begin, I want to end and begin with a special announcement. On Saturday, January 30th, you are all invited to our reunion celebration. It will be to honor where we've been and how far we've come. We'll celebrate our Reverend Connie and what we've accomplished in this last year. So please mark your calendars for next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday at 8 p.m. your time. Watch our WhatsApp groups that you're connected to for our Zoom access. They've already been sent out, but we'll send them again. And we'd love for you to join us and relive and remember all that we have accomplished and that we celebrated and felt during that time together. Yes? So
And
today I'm going to...
Sorry, maybe there's somebody that you know went to the conference, but maybe wouldn't have the access to or we don't have the access to them. Invite them. Go ahead, invite them. Yeah.
Yes. And even people that weren't there, because they will get charged about coming back, because we're coming back. We're coming back and doing it all over again. Thanks, Reverend Gwen.
And Terry and Pat
so today,
are coming with us.
Pardon?
Terry and Pat are coming with us.
Yeah. Yes, they are. They've already committed to it. Yeah. And we're not letting you say no. Once you say yes, I won't let you say no. So today I want to clarify a brief synopsis of the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind text. And if you want more detail, and trust me, you will, you must join us in classes and dive deeper into the endless possibilities. Yeah, Gwen, you agree?
Yes. I think everybody on here has been in class.
Fantastic.
I think so, yeah.
Fantastic. So let's get started. Number 1, chapter 1, the thing itself. Human beings, people, are forever seeking. We're always seeking truth. We're seeking love. We seek financial security. We are seeking freedom, when actually, in reality, we are all born and created free from any bondage. That's right out of the Science of Mind text. Freedom is our actual innate birthright. And there is what I'll call today a creative expression that exists everywhere. It's in everything, it's in everyone, even those folks who don't know or believe it exists, it's there. It's invisible and it's visible all at the same time. It's a power, it's a presence, it's an instinct, it's a feeling, it's a remembering of the truth. It's in the very air that we breathe, in the water we drink, and the life that we live. This thing that I'm talking about, it must be approached with awe and wonder and not fear. This thing, many people call it law of mind, the creator, spirit, Lord, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Yahweh, one mind, creative thought, universal intelligence, mind, first cause. Regardless of the many, many names that it goes by, it is but one thing. And that thing itself brings and binds and pulls us all together into this oneness. And it shares itself with us, and we get to become part of it. And all of that freedom, all of the love, the joy, and the pure expression of it, we can become. So the power that I spoke of, the freedom that we are innately born into that I mentioned, is born from this thing. I recently heard a colleague say and liken it to a blade of grass or a weed. Have you ever been on a lawn or a farm field picking weeds? I think we all have at one time or another. And you pull up one weed or one blade of grass, and you soon discover that that weed is connected to another underground, and then another. And then when you pull up, it pulls up clumps of roots and it starts to all come up together. And you can see that those roots are entwined and intertwined with each other. That's how this operating system of oneness connects us all. That's this thing. The thing itself is you, it's me, and it has limitless power and potential at our disposal. That's exciting to me. It's our conscious mind that is activated by each of us individually, and we are all of it. We are all of the one, and we can use our minds to direct it, express it, and deploy it. We can draw into our lives what we think into the thing itself. So that's the thing. Now, moving on to chapter 2, the way it works. I love chapter 2. Moving to that space of a minute ago when I said we can use that thing, this power, I called it a power. And you might be wondering, in what way can I use this power? The thing itself is simply energy. It's so simple. We make it so complicated. This thing is energy. This universal life needs an outlet so it can be activated, so it can work. Guess what? We are the outlet. We are what spirit plugs into to begin to express itself through us, for us, and as us. We're the vehicle, so to speak, for it to activate and drive in our personal lives. Doesn't that feel incredible? It's working for us by working through us always. It is never not working. It doesn't work any other way. It's always working, and you can't trick it into working. You can't bargain with it into work. It works when we recognize it as power, as source, as the energy. It works when we recognize it as that. And we can't recognize that it is while we are believing that it is not. It don't work that way. We can enter into it only because of our belief in it. And it's that easy, my friends. If you believe, if I believe, and I can only experience a little good, then what am I going to get out of that belief? Just a little good. But if I fully and honestly believe that I will experience a greater good, then I will, because I am now conceiving of it. I can believe and embody the fullness of my desires, my wants, my needs, my dreams, if I continue to focus on what I want. And then those wants, those needs, those desires will focus on me. This is simply a teaching of training the mind. What I think about, somebody say it, comes about. It's simply in thought. Then we must take action. Ernest Holmes says, what did he say? He said, treat and move your feet. The thing doesn't make anything happen for you. It happens through you, friends. As much as you are willing to believe wholeheartedly, without doubt, without fear, without worry, without concern that it won't happen, as much as you conceive that it will happen, you will achieve it. It is without limit. It is endless source and supply of all of it. Here's the challenge that we do in our humanness. We put our own human limitations or thoughts or ideas out into the universe, and we expect to get back spirit's fullness. But if I'm putting out negative thoughts or ideas or harmful thoughts or ideas to myself or limiting thoughts to my ideas, and I'm expecting to get spirit's fullness back, I'm sorry to say it don't work that way. You will embrace as much as you can believe or truly and honestly expect that is yours to have. Yes? Ernest Holmes said, when we accept more good than yesterday, we reap a harvest of our fulfilled desires today. It's then that we start to see a true manifestation of our desires fulfilled. So I'm asking you today and to check in with yourself throughout the week, how much goodness can you take in? Are you truly that open vessel of all of your greatest desires? Because when we work with this knowledge and this wisdom and this information, I'm here to testify, the opportunities are endless. Let's move on to chapter 3. What it does. Everything. It does everything. Every single thing. All of it. But it's not responsible for all of it, good or bad. You are. We are responsible for our own life, be it limited or unlimited. All of your experiences are what you have created in your life. And I just want to say at this point that a trained mind is way more powerful than an untrained mind. And what I mean by that is taking classes, like I mentioned, participating in our community events, sharing with like-minded people like we're doing right here, right now, becoming skilled in receiving and giving spiritual mind treatments, drawing in and manifesting and creating what you are longing for, because what you are longing for is longing for you just as much. So you may be thinking that you want to just relax your mind and just think that something's going to happen for you. You have to activate it. You have to be the one that activates it. And you might be thinking, as you're looking around your neighbors, that somebody has more than you, or why does so-and-so have this? And why does so-and-so have a better job or a better home or a better marriage or more of this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list can go on and on. It's not because God has favored them more. It's because they have learned the art of mastering their thoughts to create a life that works for them. And here's the good news. It's never too late to work for you. And it's never too late to learn. So what it does, as I said, is it does everything, everything. What we draw from it, we draw through this channel of our own minds. We establish the oneness that I was talking about early, that connection that's with its mind and ours. And remember, spirit can only give us what we can take from it. It imparts itself only as we partake of it. It's its nature to give. It's our nature to take. So it's balance. That's a great deal if you ask me. It can tell us and share with us only what we understand. And this infinite knowingness becomes our wisdom to the degree that we can embody its intelligence. Ernest Holmes said, we can only know God insofar as we can become God. Now, I don't want you to take that literally, because what that means is that all that God is, we can access, and God is still so much more, but only because of our limited human minds. We can, and we do connect to the divine nature of God. And that divine nature is creative expression, financial success, perfect and right relationships, your spiritual relationship to it, in addition to the many, many attributes that spirit has let me start at the list that we learn when we're in class. We have love, light, life, power, beauty, and joy. Those are ingrained in me from classes from day one, because it's who we are, and we are so much more. So I want to say that the universe, it don't matter who you are. It's impersonal. The universe doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your name. It doesn't matter your financial status. It doesn't care what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter about those things. It doesn't care who you are. It gives to everyone equally. So if your life looks a little different than your neighbor, it's simply because they have discovered how to stay connected in their purest natural state of beingness. Everyone has light. Everyone, you and me. And this light is the same as the next person's. I look at this panel and I see everybody. It's all the same light. So you have everything you already need. You just have to allow it and invite it to shine in. We need to plug into source. Yes, love points the way, and the law of mind makes it possible. When we tap into source, we have engaged our clear thinking, our clear mind, and that's going to give us clear results. When you do your mental work, your results will be definite. So I want to invite you to stop comparing yourself to others, to anybody, because you are uniquely equal to everyone. We are unique individuals and we were all equal. We are uniquals. So when you engage in that, you allow it to come through. Ernest Holmes says, life always, what did he say? Life always becomes to us the particular thing we need. And when we need it, it becomes that particular thing to us. I think I got that right. I could have messed it up. That means, though, our thoughts and our conscious receptivity and drawing it into us is key. Do not limit your thoughts. Remember, you are part of and connected to the one. We're down to our last chapter, y'all. Well, it's not the last chapter in the text, but it's the last one we're discovering today. 4. How many chapters are there in the Science of Mind text? 200 and 700 and 1012. 600. 24. Thank you. Because when you read it, it seems like it's a lot. Ernest Holmes was one never to make things shorter when he could have. He liked to elongate and repeat it in many, many different ways. So he was sure that we would get it. So chapter 4, how to use it. Well, I said it's easy at the beginning. I said it's simple. We make it challenging. And how I've personally made it challenging is getting into getting into too much of it instead of how to apply it and embrace it and live it fully. Do you know what I mean? Like I've read and read all those 24 chapters. I've watched every blog. I've done everything for decades and decades and decades, but you can get stuck in that. You have to move from the intellectual into the doingness of it, embracing and living it fully. You know what I'm saying? Was that clear? Yeah. Okay. So I used to get in my head instead of getting into my action. Ernest Holmes says, you got to treat and move your feet. Nobody is going to do it for you. It's all in us and we must use it ourselves to see the results. And we only know as much as we can prove by actual demonstration, by actually doing it. It's not enough just to yell out, there are no sick people. There is no poverty. There is no suffering. It's not enough just to say that there's not those things. We have to be part of the solution and seeing beyond the problem. Yes? The law is infinite. It is right where we happen to be at any given time. It's right here, right now. Oh my gosh, right here, right now, in this sacred space that we have created. It occupies all space and all time and fills every form with itself. It flows through everything simply because we exist. I said it's our natural, innate birthright. We deserve it. We're worth it. And that's how we use it. It must flow through us in order to manifest for us. Do you get it? It has been proven that by thinking correctly and by a conscious mental use of the law of mind, that we can use it to do definite things to change our life for us, through us. By conscious thinking, We give conscious direction to it, and it consciously or unconsciously responds to our thinking thoughts. Because of that's the way it works. If we believe that it will work or not, it will appear that way. If you think it's not going to work, it ain't going to work. I'm not going to lie. If you believe it's going to work, it can instantaneously work to the degree that you believe it will. Now, keep in mind, in God's time, not your time. Okay, that's a key, because there's a process of our growing, of our evolving, of our changing. Now, I want to share with you the perfect example of how it works consciously or unconsciously. I'm going to ask Reverend Gwen to show a picture. Gwen, can you show this picture? This is a picture of last year's conference. This is Reverend Gwen and I singing together as I was the musical director and Gwen's support was part of my music team. And the lyrics to the song we're singing, I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Oh my God, a seed was planted in that moment. A seed was planted for Reverend Gwen and I in that very moment. Something in us was so moved by you, by Kenya, when we showed up last year, that we actually said to Reverend Connie, and I'm going to cry, we're coming back. What can we do to support you and this spiritual community? A seed was planted, and it has been germinated over these months. And we continue to be inspired and inspirited by Kenya. Now, I know Gwen and I both treated for you, knowing you or not knowing you, because there is no distance or space in between. We both treated for ourselves, and we didn't know what we were specifically treating for, but we were definite that it was that we were coming back. We weren't responsible in any other way other than claiming. When opportunity showed up, we said yes. We didn't hesitate when we were called on. When Reverend Connie called on us, we didn't hesitate. When the board asked us, we didn't hesitate, because we were already invested and there was a seed that was planted that we had become part of. And we may not have even known the extent, and I still don't know the extent, what 5 years will bring, what tomorrow will bring, what 20 years will bring. But I want to tell you, when you use it, this teaching, this philosophy, this use of this power, spiritual mind treatment, there is no process of it. There is a process in it. And it works. And it works. And it continues to work. Those are the first 4 chapters, my brothers and sisters. I want to introduce to you right now to share whatever he feels like sharing, because I love him that way. This is our brother in arms, your very own treasurer of our Conscious Living Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paul Caninthia. And the crowd goes crazy.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Reverend Barbara. By the way, even before I start anything, even before I start sharing, I just want to say, as you are speaking,
Welcome, Paul.
I kept on seeing Connie. I don't know why I kept on seeing you as Connie, and even the message you are giving was Connie's. Thank you very much. I appreciate. And please be my timekeeper, because sometimes I can overstep my time. Before I even continue, I want to take this moment and welcome Terry. I feel I want to welcome her personally, because one of the things that I've learned in this Science of Mind teaching is that we are one. We are one. And I want to welcome her by showing her my t-shirt, the one that I'm wearing right now. I don't know whether you can see it. You see what it's written? Keep calm. So karibu sana. The other thing that I want to share is how I came about to this science of mind teaching. As I mentioned, and I'm very happy that Charity is also here. We started class with Charity way back in 2016. And my journey started by just, as Barbara was saying, I was seeking. I kept on feeling that there is something more. There is something that I couldn't kind of explain how it was working in my life. So I Googled, and immediately I came across Reverend Connie. I established contact with her and we started talking. And the first time that we met with Connie, she exactly went through, I think, she didn't like go through the first chapter, second chapter, and fourth chapter, but it's just those 4 chapters that she went through. And I was so thrilled. And I told her, the challenge with this teaching you're telling me about is that it sounds so rosy. It sounds, even now, that's what I was feeling, the way Reverend Barbara, you're explaining. It's sounding so easy, so nice. And she told me, it is so. I said, no, but life is challenging. She told me, it's challenging. You believe in. So she told me, you need to change your belief. And I started working on that. I started changing my beliefs, changing how I'm thinking, changing how I'm seeing things. And I've seen, as you are saying, it responds in the same way. And I also want to say, I am happy to say that I also right now here, I am demonstrating that it is working. How? You know, Reverend Barbara, you just told me to give a sharing, and I said yes. So I told myself, yeah, to the extent I say yes, it will work through me. It will express itself through me. So I said, it is working. So it is working. And if I had said no, it would still have worked by myself, limiting myself. So I'm happy that it is working. I'm looking at my time and I think I'm almost there. The other thing that I really want to share with you people is, and this one I also got it from Reverend Connie, is that every time the thing is, the universe is conspiring for my good, and that I do not have to always understand how that good has come about. I do not have to know it. I just need to trust the process. And this is because right now, there are so many things that are happening for me to be alive, for me to be happy, for me to be well, that I have got no control over. They're just happening by themselves. For example, my heart is pumping, my lungs are working fine. There is no earthquake in my place. Everything is happening very well without any control of myself. So I came to learn that yes, if I just observe, I'll see that the universe is always conspiring for my good. And more than anything else, the universe is abundant in everything. It's abundant in resources. It's abundant in love. For example, there's so much love that is going through here, even in this media. The universe is abundant. It's just sometimes we think it is not. So I end up by saying, I trust the process because the universe is always working for my good. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you for your sharing.
This is
And
a virtual love fest. You're right.
I am in awe of our connection of the shirts and what a beautiful addition to welcome Terry. I love Spirit. It's so fun. It has a great sense of humor. And you're right. It is always conspiring for our best good. And this was just a solidification of this communication of how we are all connected. Those roots underneath. You're both wearing the shirt. Have you had a good morning? Are you guys inspired? Are you uplifted?
Very
There's a
much
song
so.
that,
Greatly,
yeah,
greatly uplifted. We are actually flying.
yay. There's a song that I want to sing to you guys. It's a new song. It's just the chorus, actually. And I might take off and go somewhere else. Bear with me. That's what Spirit does with me. But I just want to sing with you because it will solidify exactly what I've been talking about here today. The first 4 chapters, and Reverend Gwen is way ahead of us. It's called I Am the Thinker. Let's see if I find the key. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I'm going to bring it up. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. And if you ask me, who am I am love, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my mind. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Reverend Gwen, you want to sing? Are you good? I just thought that song was the perfect song.
That was
I want to open this up to conversation and Q&A questions, but I don't want us to leave if you're going to sign off without remembering about our reunion on January 30th. I am so grateful. I am so grateful that you are all willing to join us on a Friday morning evening as we share life together. I want you to know that Reverend Gwen and I have every intention of coming and being there with you and traveling and celebrating with you and holding services in person with you and teaching classes together with you.
To work.
Putting you to work with you. So is there any questions about what we were talking about or comments or any sharing? We have about 10, 12 more minutes. Yeah, she did love that song, Pat. She did love that song. Pat says that she did. Well, Terry, the conference we're aiming for, and it's not solidified, but we're aiming for 2023 for everyone to come back in community for the conference. That was a question Terry had, if you didn't read it. And it would be this time, this week, we would all be arriving.
Again,
oh my
we're going to
God,
put you to work.
I'm so moved by that memory. Oh my gosh. Kenya, you guys changed my life.
Yes.
I felt like I was coming home when because my background is in Africa. My mom was African. My dad was Irish and my mom was, I felt like I was coming home. I felt like I was coming home.
Patrick, want to say
That's
something?
great. That's great.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Lady T, how are my babies? Lady T had twins, y'all.
Yes, Gwen, I want to say something.
I know. That's why I'm calling on you.
Yeah, I can see Nancy muted just below me, but she's the one I can blame for having invited me to the conference last year.
Oh, good on you, Nancy.
Yeah, it was Nancy. Nancy is a victim. And Nancy is a villain. She's the one who invited me because on the same day I was supposed to go elsewhere. But I think because of our previous sharing, she knew that I was interested and I was a seeker. So I had to postpone wherever I was supposed to go in order to attend the conference. I was very excited. I was just seated next to the stage. So I was seeing Reverend Barbara dancing, and I was wondering, who is this woman dancing all over the place? Yeah. So it was very exciting, and I was very excited. It was very inspiring. And a year later, I've done 101, 102, 103. I'm on 104, almost finishing, and I think I'm here to continue. I'm very happy to be here with this group. And I had to look for that t-shirt that says keep calm so that we can really be connected. And then just to end, there was something about, Reverend Barbara, you mentioned about being, we keep on comparing ourselves to other people. And always we usually compare ourselves to people who may be doing better than us. And you rightly said that we should not do that. And I think if we have to, I read somewhere, if you have to compare yourself to anybody, compare to yourself, how you have been previously, up to now, and how you want to go. Thank you.
I'm going to just add a little bit to that. Not to compare ourselves to another person, but just shift it to, if that's something you really desire, use them as your mental equivalent so that you have an idea of what you're working towards. Yeah. If it's something that you really love.
Yes, sure.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Patrick.
I can always count on you.
Anybody else? Oh, Terry?
Wow, 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 wow. What a difference an hour can make. Just wow. I've had tears, I've had joy, I've had laughter, I've had so many feelings. And the biggest one is connection. And this is what I'm seeking for my life around the world. And to know you are already all my brothers and sisters. We are family. And I am just overjoyed to be part of this beautiful group. And I am definitely going to Kenya. I will be retiring in 2 years. I am going to start saving today. And Paul, I love that extra beautiful connection we have. I think it was Paul, yes, of being calm. And that's what this group brings me. Calm and joy and excitement, anticipation, expectation, you name it. This is the place to be. So thank you for letting me be a part of this group. I am truly grateful, and I just love you all. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I got your message, Lady T. Thank you. Can you respond now?
She having trouble?
She's on her phone, she indicated, so it was challenging.
Oh, okay.
But she appreciated the shout out. I would always shout you out, girl. I see we have one of our very own ministerial students online today.
I want to see the hairdo, Christine. It's looking very flashy. Let's have a look.
She goes by the name of Christ on her Zoom room, as we all should. Christ consciousness. This is Christine, everybody.
Say something, Christine. The floor is yours. This is also a practitioner, your very own practitioner in Nairobi, open and willing to serve you as community. So,
hello everyone. It's so good to have this Froggy Friday. I'm always looking forward to this Friday where we can connect and learn from one another. I love the energy, I love the growth, and I love the demonstration. And thank you, Paul, for sharing about everything, the calm and the demonstration. It's really beautiful. And thank you for Reverend Barbara and Gwen and everyone for creating this platform where we can just connect and remember our Connie, because we are just one. She's no longer here with us in the body, but we are always connected. We can feel her presence, we can feel love, and also the connection that he has brought to us through Reverend Gwen and Barbara and the music. And everything is just amazing. I'm so excited. And sometimes internet drag everything down, but it's also, I'm also grateful for it because it makes this connection beautiful. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, good.
Christine, thank
Welcome.
you. And I also see that Nancy, who is our office staff, is here joining us too. I want to give you a shout out, Nancy. You do so much. Nancy does so much for your community, folks. She runs our office and she prepares so many things for classes, and she is our liaison on so many different levels. So welcome, Nancy, beautiful sister. I love to see that you're here too. And Kareth and James and Philip and Charity, I met you today. I'm so happy to meet you, Mathani. So I have a question. Gwen and I want to extend invitation to have our community share on Froggy Friday. Paul was the first of many. Who would like to be part of Froggy Friday next time? Oh, don't be shy. I see Terry putting her hand up. Oh, because
Charity's looking, Charity's
I
thinking.
think that Philip's tucking his hands in. Charity's just like, I'm not doing it. Christine is crossing her arms. Patrick's sitting on, he's biting his hands.
I
All wide
invite
open.
you to have the courage to be vulnerable and step into the ring.
Yeah, we are here with you.
Philip, you're just starting on your adventure with Science of Mind 100 classes. I would love it if you joined in and just spoke your truth on a Froggy Friday. What do you think?
Well, I will. If no one is willing, I can step in and give my thoughts on what I've experienced in the past. I think it's 4 months. We started in, I think it's August. Now I'm almost finishing 1 or 2. So I have something to say about the whole subject.
Excellent.
Will you come on?
Son, not the dad.
Is Philip, who is Philip's the son of who?
Patrick.
Patrick.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Of course you have something to share.
I always give Patrick lots of opportunity to shine. So now we're going to pass it on to you, Phil. You're going to shine.
Oh, Philip, I didn't know. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick, for sharing your son with us. So, Philip, can we say that you will join us on the next Froggy Friday, which will be, let me tell you that date, the 5th of February.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. And Gwen, do you have Philip's phone number?
I can get it.
Okay. Will you share that phone number with us, Philip, so we can communicate with you via WhatsApp? Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm also in the group.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
And also in the group.
I'm
Fantastic.
in the main group, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fantastic. Well,
now we're all going to show up because we know Philip is on the agenda.
And Reverend Pat, last Froggy Friday, shone her light so bright. Namaste, Terry. We're signing off too. Thank you for joining us. I want to give kudos to you, Reverend Pat. You're just a blessing to us. And we're going to sign off, everyone. This is our Friday morning.
Reverend Barbara.
Oh, Lady T, talk to me.
Finally figured out how to unmute on my phone without my glasses on. So yeah. But I wanted to say, really enjoyed the New Year's service. I didn't get a chance to tell all of you, but it really was special. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for receiving it. Thank you so much.
Paddle those
That means-
babies for us.
I will.
I'm delighted. I love serving with you, Reverend Gwen. I love you, Charity, Terry, Pat, Paul, Philip, Christine, Muthani, Nancy, James, Kareth, Mingy, and Lady T. I love us. I love us. Go forth and shine the love and light you are. Peace and blessings, everyone. See you next time. Thanks,
Bye.
Paul. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh,
Thank
yay.
you.
Thank you to you all. Thank you
Blessings,
so much.
blessings.
Yay.
Ah.
Yay.
Bye. Mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, how beautiful.